Welcome to the Book of Ruth, one of the Bible's shortest, most beautiful, and most surprising stories. The book doesn't name its author, but Jewish tradition often credits the prophet Samuel. It was likely written during the time of Israel's monarchy, around 1,000 years before Jesus. But the events take place earlier, during the period of the Judges, a chaotic era when, quote, everyone did what was right in their own eyes. The story begins with famine in Bethlehem. Yes, that Bethlehem. A man named Elimelech moves his family to Moab, a neighboring country often seen as an enemy of Israel. There, tragedy strikes. Elimelech dies. Then his 2 sons die. 3 women are left behind: Naomi and her Moabite daughters-in-law, Orpah and Ruth. Ruth is only 4 chapters long, and it reads like a tightly written drama. Chapter 1, Tragedy and Return. Chapter 2, Ruth meets Boaz. Chapter 3, A bold midnight proposal. Chapter 4, Redemption and Legacy. Despite its short length, Ruth explores big themes. Loyalty, Ruth's famous words to Naomi. Where you go, I will go. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. Providence, the quiet, hidden hand of God, guiding events behind the scenes. Redemption, as Boaz steps in to rescue and restore a broken family. And inclusivity, because Ruth, a Moabite outsider, is welcomed into Israel's story and into the family line of Jesus. Here's the basic plot. After the deaths in Moab, Naomi returns to Bethlehem. Ruth insists on going with her. They arrive with nothing. To survive, Ruth gathers leftover grain in the fields. There she meets Boaz, a kind and wealthy landowner, who happens to be related to Naomi's late husband. Ruth's integrity catches his attention. At Naomi's urging, Ruth approaches Boaz at night and asks him to become her kinsman redeemer. This was an ancient custom, a way to preserve a family line by marrying the widow. Boaz agrees. He legally redeems the family property, marries Ruth, and they have a son, Obed. Obed becomes the father of Jesse. Jesse becomes the father of David. And generations later, Jesus is born from the same family tree. The Book of Ruth contains one of the most quoted verses in the Bible, Ruth chapter 1, verse 16. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. It's often read at weddings, but originally it was spoken from a daughter-in-law to her mother-in-law. Here are a few facts you might not know. Ruth is one of only 2 books in the Bible named after a woman. She's a Moabite, from a nation Israel often considered hostile. And the idea of a kinsman redeemer? That's more than legal tradition. It points forward to Jesus, who redeems humanity. Ruth is the great-grandmother of King David, and listed by name in the genealogy of Jesus in Matthew chapter 1. So why does this book still matter? Because ordinary faithfulness can change history. Because God sees the outsider, the overlooked, the brokenhearted. Because redemption can come from the most unexpected places. In just 4 chapters, Ruth goes from grieving widow in a foreign land to a matriarch in the lineage of the Messiah,